Lambda class daily for the Ethereum consensus client. I'll go search for the YouTube link so that we can share it in Telegram. All right, the link is already available, so share it now. Oh, we can start with the updates. Martin, do you want to go first?
Sure. So yesterday I was able to get a PR with the basic boilerplate for block building. So now I've been working on adding some, like basically I did some basic checks, but the rest is hard coded for now. So we are unhard coding stuff. Yeah, little by little. And so the thing I was working on is to get the state root value, not hard coded. So for that, we need to do a state transition, and yeah, it's fairly straightforward. So after that, I'm gonna focus on the execution layer call, and yeah, that's it for me. And yeah, kudos to Mega, who's apparently was able to propose a block.
That sounds like a huge milestone. We should get that posted somewhere. And that's a great segue to Mega. Do you wanna be the one for the update next?
Yeah, yesterday I worked on a PR for adding the deposit Merkle tree to our node. I mostly ported the pseudocode that was on the original EIP for the depository snapshot, and that PR was merged. Now I'm working on the. I opened a new PR, another PR that integrates our block constructing that Martin wrote with the proposal look ahead, and so we can already propose blocks. I mean, we could have proposed before blocks, but now at least we have some kind of block, even if it's invalid. And Martin left me some comments, so I was addressing them. After that, I'm gonna work on probably adding some of the operations that I worked on collecting to the blocks we construct. Yeah, that's it.
That sounds awesome. It's been so long since we started that the fact that we are now attesting and proposing blocks is just such a huge milestone. I'm very glad to hear that. And yeah, we should definitely post a screenshot of that somewhere, at least on Twitter. Anyway,
Yeah, maybe we should wait to post a valid block. We are not quite there. We are posting something to gossip, but we are close for it.
Sorry for the question, but is it not a valid block, or is it just like a very thin block without any rewards? Or is it not?
For now, it's invalid. For now,
yeah, it's invalid because it doesn't have the execution side of things, and there are a few fields. But I think like we should be able to get to a valid one like today or tomorrow. What do you think, Mega? Like I don't see any big blocker.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much. It's just computing those hashes, and I think most operations are optional. Deposits aren't, but there aren't really any deposits on chain nowadays. It's like really low. There's a really low amount, and the processing is enough to like add them. So we shouldn't need to.
I don't think lack of deposits makes a block invalid. It's just that
it does. Yeah, I think. Oh.
Anyway, you can think of that we can check that, like if it's invalid or valid.
Yeah, it's in process deposit. I remember it like checks the maximum amounts of deposits that are available and the last deposit.
Oh, no
Last
need to
deposit
check that
that was
now. Like
processed.
I was just wondering if you knew how to check
Oh
that,
yeah,
and if
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
case, then we can do it after the meeting. But in any case, like I think that we're definitely close. So yeah, I agree with Martin. We should definitely not be posting if we are posting. Sorry, not be posting on social media if we are not yet posting or proposing valid blocks. But I'm so happy that we are near that milestone. Um, so yeah, any more updates? Those are okay. That's perfect. Then Gaston's the next one.
Yes, yesterday I was addressing some comments in the function to serialize the block, and now I will move that function into a more generic module. I was also I also added a container, the sync committee message container, and I will continue adding uh, the missing ones.
That sounds perfect. Thanks for the update. As for my updates, yeah, I was working yesterday on getting the genesis from a file. That's already in place because that was a pretty simple thing to do. I've been fighting a little bit with where to do that because originally my intention was to do that at the runtime configuration loading. But the problem is that if we want to have both checkpoint sync and getting stuff from a file, the issue is that for checkpoint sync, we first check if there's an old state available. And for that, we need the DB to be ready. And at runtime configuration, we still don't have the application loaded, so we don't have the I think that we don't have the DB available yet. So that's something I'm trying to solve at some point today. In the worst case, I will do everything as late as possible, which is when bringing up the beacon node, which is how it was before. But yeah, I just need to solve that before starting the PR today. So that's where I'm currently at. Do we have any? That's my updates then. Do we have any other final comments or questions? All right. Thanks everyone for joining then. We'll see you all tomorrow.